Great catching up with my next guest, Rude Boy Randy Brown. He's going to be back in action taking on Nicolas Dalby, UFC Kansas, April 26th. It's right around the corner here. Randy, how you doing?
What up? What up? I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
I'm doing
I'm
great.
I'm saying y'all like I'm speaking to. How are you
That's okay.
doing?
You're talking to every Canadian out
I'm
here. You
used
know,
to being on the
Canadians. You're
pod.
speaking to my people. No, it's all good. You got to be happy. Third straight fight, if I'm not mistaken, for you with a crowd. Yeah, that I know a lot of fighters don't get that because they have to fight in the Apex. So you got to be happy about fighting over there in Kansas.
Yeah, man. I'm always happy to be in front of the fans. What can I say? I voiced my opinion last time. I said, listen, I'm not an Apex fighter. Please keep me outside of the Apex. And so far, they've been good to me and they've obliged. So I'm happy with that.
When did you find out about this? Did you get a full camp?
I got a full camp, a nice 10 week stretch. So expect to see Randy Brown in top form.
Okay, good. Let's talk quickly about your last fight because I feel like some people, I mean, it was a close fight, right? Split decision, battle
Mhm.
misses weight, and all that. I think there were a lot of positives to take out of that. What did you sort of think of that whole situation with you losing that split decision to battle in your last fight?
I thought it was bullshit. What do you think?
I thought there was a case that you could have won. And it's funny because if you look on MMA Decisions, which is that site, you know MMA Decisions, right? Are you
Mhm.
aware of this? That's where the media can post their scorecards. I was actually surprised there weren't more people who thought you won that fight because I did think that you did enough to win it in that one. So is it just, do you just take it as, hey, like, I performed well, but the result wasn't the same? Like, how do you look at that? Because, I mean, we've had a couple decisions this year already that have been kind of questionable, right?
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's annoying, and that was a big moment for me, and I feel like it was taken away from me. But I can't dwell on it. There's nothing I could change. I can't control it, so I just got to move forward. So luckily, the powers that be, a lot of people thought I won. People in the company thought I won. The people that mattered thought I won. So it won't be held against me, and I just need to go out there and perform and continue to move forward.
And you got a fun opponent here, Nicolas Dalby, a veteran, a guy is always going to bring it. He's sort of known for this, never give up attitude, and a guy
Right.
that you can't overlook by any means.
Mhm.
Just stylistically, how you looking at this one with you two?
He's a sleeper. He's a sleeper, and it's one of those opponents that's kind of shitty because like people don't realize how good he is. His record doesn't really speak to how good he is. I mean, his record does. He just gets all the hard fights. He fights all the hard fights, kind of like me. Me and him are in like a similar boat. But yeah, I had a lot of respect for him. He talks some shit, but I guess that's just what it is, right? He's trying
What
to
did he
pro.
say? I didn't see this. What was he just kind of hyping up the fight, or what,
I
what did he
guess
say?
I don't know. These dudes be I don't know what these dudes be on, but he went from never talking shit his whole career until
Yeah.
now he fighting me. Now he got some energy to talk crazy, and I'm like, I've never seen that in my life. But
Okay.
I don't know what. It don't even matter what he said, but all I know is I'm gonna spank him. But that's all I know.
Well, hey, it adds a bit to the fight, right? Which is good. Now I know for camp in the past you've done a bit of cross training. What does camp look like going into this one?
Same cast of crew, man. Same crew. We just been, focusing on just, I know if you look at my last fight, there were some takeaways for me, ways that I can improve and where I should have approached that fight. And I'm sure if my opponents are watching, maybe they'll probably try to take a similar approach. So just filling those holes up, you know what I mean, and making sure that I can maintain a certain kind of pace for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? So that's the main focus.
I know in the past you've done some training up in Philly with Sean Brady's team. Did you do any of that for this camp? And obviously, the reason I bring it up is Brady just got a huge win a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that's the squad. That's the squad. I'm always
Oh, it
there.
is the squad. Okay, I
Yeah, that's
wasn't
the
sure.
squad.
Yeah.
I'm always there.
Okay.
So I'll be up there
Okay.
tomorrow sparring. So
Oh,
um
okay.
yeah, I'm always up there getting good rounds, with some good strong guys like Brady and all that. So it's good.
Did you expect him to? I mean, obviously you're in the gym with him all the time. You know how good he is, but did you expect him to dominate Leon like that? Like I think people thought he was going to win, but maybe not to that extent. Where he's the first guy to submit Leon Edwards. Pretty impressive.
I called the exact submission, but what's crazy is that I feel bad for Leon, the way everybody's talking about Leon, like Leon's not good. It's not Leon's not good. Brady's that good. And people
Yeah.
don't realize how good he is only because of the way Belal beat Brady. But there's so
Right.
much that's so much behind that behind the scenes that a lot of people don't understand or know. But yeah, Brady's that good, man. And I called the exact submission. I thought it would happen earlier, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Well, I think a lot of newer fans too, like, I don't know, we could do a whole podcast on this, I'm sure, but just I feel like they're very reactionary where it's like if someone loses, it's like, oh, they were never that good. They were
Mhm.
overrated. They're not, like, and I see a lot of that with Leon, but it's like, listen, like, you don't become a UFC champion for nothing. Like, no one gets any shortcuts or anything along those lines. He has one of the best knockouts in UFC history. It's like fans forget that. And they look at the fact that he got submitted by Brady, who's, like you said, very good.
And it's unfortunate because not only fans, I'm seeing like fighters and analysts say crazy shit. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah. Well,
wild?
yeah. The Dean Thomas thing. I saw that
That's
too.
that was
Yeah.
a weird
Yeah.
as hell. That dude always say some weird shit. That's weird. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no,
Right.
I know it's unfortunate. I don't know. Like I'm with you. Like I think also by saying that you take away something from the fighter as well. Like in Brady's case, and it's like
Yeah.
Brady's
What?
actually good. He just had one bad
He's
night at
really
the
good.
office.
That's
Yeah,
and why didn't you say that when he was champ? Why didn't you say that
yeah,
when 2 fights ago? Oh, now because it's easy to pile down on somebody when they lost. That's rough.
yeah. I agree. I agree. So yeah, as far as is Brady's team, is it just like I'm sure you get to work with Brady? Who are you going to be working with right now? I'm sure he's taking some time off, but who's in the gym with you right now as far as bodies?
Right now, good sparring partners is Manny Morales. Obviously Piper, but Piper is back now. He's sick, so he's gonna be out for a little while. But the whole crew, man, everybody eats um, so many guys, newer guys that you guys don't know, that
Oh,
are
we will
coming
know.
up
Yeah.
that you will know. Um, yeah, it's just everybody, the whole crew, man. We've just been getting a lot of good work.
What will your corner look like for this fight? Who's going to be in the cage with you?
It'll be my same corner. Yeah, my same corner. Minus this one guy that we're pulling in that I brought in. Uh, Mike Boyle. Mike Boyle's a good wrestler. It's my dude. He's been training with me for years, and decided to bring him in the corner this time. So he's like a really high level wrestler. So it's definitely helped me out throughout the camp.
How's this fight playing out on April 26th? You said it earlier, you're going to spank him, I think was what you said, but how are you going to spank him in this fight? How's it going down?
I'm gonna stop him. I'll stop Nicolas Dalby on the 26th.
That was cold and that was good. It's just, I like the silence after you kind of added a little bit more to it.
I got
We
nothing to say.
talked about no, I know. I'm
Like,
adding more
bro.
effect here more than anything. I know it was good. It's just keeping it simple. We talked about, obviously talked about your division a bit. Obviously we got the title fight coming up, Belal, JDM, who you fought. How do you think that fight plays out with those two in Montreal coming up here in May?
I'm going below to get it done probably by submission or just a decision. Write him out.
Yeah. I think that's likely where people are picking. Okay, I got two hypothetical fights for you. These may or may not happen. Islam Makhachev, Ilya Topuria at lightweight. Who would win that? Who do you think gets it done?
Probably Islam, but I don't know. It's hypothetical. I don't know. Islam could beat him a decision, or Topuria could knock him the hell out.
Yeah, I mean it's hypothetical, but it may happen at some point with Topuria vacating his title and now moving up. Like I think at some point, we'll have to see how Ilya does. Maybe as a fight first. We'll have to see how that
Makhachev is
happens.
so big, though. So
That's true.
big too.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think people forget, and I know this was a couple of years ago, but I think people forget Topuria actually fought at 35, like way back in the day. So, I mean, there's something to say for that. I know your body grows and gets bigger and all that stuff, but Islam could probably fight at 170 right now with how big he is, right? So, I
yeah, true.
think there's something to that. John Jones, Tom Aspinall, if that ever happens, who do you think gets it done?
John Jones.
Okay. Fair enough. Didn't hesitate. And actually, I got one more for you because I think they will announce this soon. But Merab and O'Malley, looks like they'll have the rematch. Does O'Malley can he get redemption, or do you think Merab's got his number?
I'm gonna be objective. I'm an
Yep.
O'Malley fan,
Mhm.
and Marab is my homie. But based on how the last fight went, I think they both have the ability to beat each other. But I'm gonna go with Marab to beat him again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are leaning that way because again, O'Malley's got to let. I think if O'Malley wins, it's got to be a knockout. I would think.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
he
the only way.
outstrikes him over 5 rounds, but Merab's cardio. I mean, that was just we saw it in that Umar fight, especially. It was just amazing to see like
Yeah,
the gas tank he's got. I don't think anyone has that to that ability. So
nah,
that's
it's
interesting.
insane.
Let's get back to you. You're fighting another veteran here in Dalby. You've been around for a while. A win, where would this sort of put you in the grand scheme of things? Because I know you're always kind of chomping at the bit, getting
Yeah.
into those rankings and all that. This would be a good one because Dalby, I feel like you guys are kind of in the same spot to a certain degree.
Yes, I always feel like I've just been like a fringe top 15 guy. I'm just like always
But
like
that's not a
16,
bad thing. I
17.
mean, there's guys that don't even get even to there either. You know what I
It's
mean? Like
not
you,
100%,
yeah,
100%. But it's like
yeah,
before my last fight, it was a point where it was getting kind of ridiculous, where everybody was kind of
yeah,
like, all right, bro, like, what are we doing with Randy, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, Granted, that fight went how it went. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I need to go out there and perform. All I'm worried about is going out there and knocking him the hell out. That's it. Putting on a big performance to make me undeniable, and that's all I can think about. Whether the rankings ain't up to me, it's up to y'all. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I just need to go do me, and let's see what happens. If I get ranked, then lovely. If I'm not, then who's next up that I got to beat in order to make that happen? And that's what I'm gonna be looking to do.
Yeah, we actually have someone in the chat asking. I already kind of know the answer to this. It's like they're asking, would you ever be down to fight Kevin Holland? I think that would be a fun fight. Obviously, I'm sure you'd fight anyone.
Everybody's been asking me that. They've been asking me about that fight for years. That fight has came across Kevin Holland's table multiple times. Multiple times they asked Kevin to fight me, and he said no. I've spoken to Kevin personally. Kevin's a cool dude. He just be chatting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Business is business. And he told me he's not interested in fighting me. It is what it is. He wants to fight. He wants to continue to get the fights that he wants, which is the older guys and the easier fights. And I get it. I understand the mission that he's on. He's trying to get money and get the most bang for his buck. He's trying to run it up, as they say. So I get it. He's doing what he needs to do. But if his name ever comes across my table, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'll fight him in a heartbeat.
Do you ever kind of look back, like, someone else in the chat was mentioning kind of like, obviously you got in the UFC off Looking for a Fight, which is a show. I hope they still do. I think they still do it every once in a while. But do you ever look at like how long you've been in the UFC? Like a lot of fighters don't even make it like, past their first contract. You're a guy that's been in here for a while. Do you take, we talked about where you've been sort of close to the rankings, but that's got to feel good that you've been sort of, a veteran in the UFC. A lot of people don't get to say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's just a testament to, something that I speak on a lot is just hard work and staying the course. You actually believe in what you do and knowing your skill set. It's a testament to my skill set. It's a testament to my determination. And it's easy to let people tell you who you are. It's easy to let fans tell you who you are when they don't know you. I know what's going on in the gym. My teammates know what's up. You know, I know the caliber of fighter I am. I know exactly where I stand amongst everyone. So I never let a setback discourage me, and then I start just going through the motions. I'm actively every single day pushing to be the best that I can, and that's what separates me, and that's why I continue to thrive in a volatile uh weight division like the welterweight division. You know what I mean? Because of my skill set. Not because I'm this tough guy. A lot of guys, they approach it as like, oh, I'm tough, I'm tough, I'm tough. We're all tough. We UFC fighters, everybody's tough. But are you smart? Do you have a good skill set? Do you work on your skill sets? And are you constantly growing and evolving and getting better? And I'm doing that every single day, and that's why I'm still here.
Well said. You'd be a motivational speaker one of these days. If this thing doesn't pan out, although I think it's panning out quite well. Speaking of which, do you got a couple of fights left in your contract? What's the latest with that?
We in the works right now. Right now, I'm actually, working on something right now, so it's gonna be good.
That's good. How's you still doing the Airbnb thing? I always ask you this every interview because I think it's so cool that you have properties.
Yeah,
that's going well.
We're closing on one more. We're closing on one more. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
No, I know.
No, I don't play around.
And they're all still in Jamaica, right? You have all your places there. Yeah, that's such a smart idea.
I got one here. I got where I live right now. I got tenants upstairs. So
look at you, Monopoly man over here. That's great. So that's it's good though too, because like you have that as like I won't say a safety net, but you've got something outside there where because some fighters it's like this is all they have. You've always kind of been this way where you have other things going on.
Right? I'm a hustler. I get it from my mom and my dad. The life that they've lived, and that's something I take pride in. And what if God forbid tomorrow I go blow my knee out? I'm just sitting around. I can't fight. Am I gonna rely on the UFC to get me gigs here and there? I gotta make sure I got my bread coming in consistently. So that's just how I'm built, man.
Two more quick questions. How's our buddy Andre Harrison doing? What's he up to?
He's fighting in GFL, man. He's fighting.
Is he? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Well, that's good. He's got an opportunity. So.
I'm hoping GFL is actually ends up being something.
I think we all are. We're kind of waiting to see because it's a little bit, like honestly, like I sincerely mean this. Like I do wish them well. I hope it all works out. I think any organization that is giving opportunities to fighters, I think is cool. Agreed. By me. Agreed. I want the fighters to get paid. I've always said this, like, you guys deserve, it's a super tough sport to be involved in. So I hope it all works out, but I need to see that first event. I need to see them like actually like step into the cage and do it. Cause we've been around this sport forever. We've seen promotions come and go all the time. Right.
Fuck the event. I don't need to see the first event. I need to see them first checks clear. I need
That
to see
too.
the
Yeah,
fighters
that
get
too. Yeah,
paid.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
putting on an event is
that's
different. Yeah,
one
that's a
thing.
good point.
What I
Yeah.
need to see that next week, I need to see everybody get them checks cleared. That's what
Yeah.
I need to see.
Yeah. Well said. And last question, most important. What are you gaming with right now? What are you playing?
I'm playing OTG off the grid. Me and my boy been playing that. That's where you got limbs, accelerated limbs. Each limbs body parts give you like a different ability. You could get them shot off. You get them blown off. Yeah, it's a dope little game I've been playing. But looking for something else to play right now. But it's a shooter and it's cool.
There you go. And you're always cool in these interviews, Randy. Appreciate the time, man. Anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any social media you want to plug? I'll give you the last word.
What I want to plug is the Tiny Office. On this week's Tiny Office, on my YouTube channel, Rude Boy TV, we had Ariel Helwani, and we spoke about UFC 314. So go check that out, Rude Boy TV, the Tiny Office. That's it. Shout out to my squad. Shout out to the team. Shout out to everybody. So I'll see y'all April 20th.